Bude. So the first thing, or the first extra game which I wanted to show is Percepts. This was basically a game, so when you ordered or bought the console, there was like a registration card inside. And once you registered the console, you got this like mail order game, which consists of 2 overlays, 2 deck of cards, and like a manual. But so there's no additional box for this extra game, as I said, because it was like a mail order game when you registered your console. So there's no extra box like for the other extra games. So in total there were 10 extra games released. I think 6 after the first year and like 4 additional ones after 2 years then. So the first 6 extra games are like quite easy to get, but the 4 additional games which were released later then are a bit harder to get. So the first 6 games which were released were Volleyball, Baseball, Fanzu, Handball, Wipeout, Invasion, and the only one which I have from the later 4 games is W.I.N. And we will also have a closer look at this additional game and also at the box contents. And we'll look at the manual and everything, and after that we will look at the shooting gallery, and then it should be it for the first console. So this is now the content of W.I.N, the extra game which was released 1973, 1974, something like that. The good thing about the manual is always it shows you basically what you need additionally for the game. So you can see here, for example, you need game card 4, which is already included in the Odyssey. So it's not included here as a game card, but there were other games where you actually got an additional card that you can put into the console. Then we have the overlays, small and big again. Then we have these card decks, W.I.N. Then we have these slates which we can use to scratch little like icons or fonts or like letters or numbers or stuff into the slate, and also those pens. And it's actually recommended just to use those pens for this slates. And I also checked the instructions of the game. Basically what you have to do is you have to put one of the square icons into this corner and the other one in this corner, and you would get like each a card of W.I.N. And what you would do then is when it's your turn, you would basically press on the reset button, which would make one of the cursors to become invisible, and then you would need to try to find whatever is under your card, and would need to find the right spot on the overlay, and then you would hit enter again, and then you would check if you actually landed in this square which you intended. So you have to get a feeling how much you have to turn, like or change the vertical or so vertical and horizontal position of the game controller to know that you are in this spot actually. And then you press on reset again, and it then shows up somewhere on the screen, and if you hit the target you got like a point or something like that, and you need to get something like this, so 2W, 2N and 1I card, and then you would arrange it like this, and then you would win in this case. So again, so the console in this case is just used like a cursor icon in this case, so you could argue if it is really the right use case or something like that for this console. But nevertheless, so this is the W.I.N game, as I said, so one of the more harder games to get. And now we will check finally the rifle accessoire and the shooting gallery, and we'll also then try it out on a CRT TV. So, and this is now the shooting gallery. So this is basically the box which contains like 4 overlays. You can see it here, like 4 small and 4 big overlays again. These overlays are a little bit different, so they are also shiny. You can actually tell the difference, because those overlays are not translucent, because when the player icon or the square is, for example, here, it shouldn't be showing through the overlay, only when it's here, some kind of those window cutouts, because otherwise the gun would always recognize that you hit the target. So that's why it's basically like blocking the light from coming through the overlay in this area, and only in those like cutout windows it will actually show the white square. So additional to the gun, which has this plug in for the console, which I showed earlier, you also need like 2 additional game cards which tell the console, okay, now we want to play the shooting gallery. So internally it configures the console that like only no ball and no like horizontal line is shown, just the icon which you want to shoot. And in addition, there's also like a manual and how to set up everything, and also the environment that you have, for example, that no light should be behind your television set or something like that, because the gun can basically just find or see like light or something like that. So it doesn't know if you actually hit the target on the TV, or if there's a light bulb behind your TV set, it could also think that you hit the target because it saw the light bulb. So this is also explained in this one here in the manual. And so the gun was actually produced by a Japanese toy company. Wait, I wrote it down. The company's name was Nintendo or something like that. Not sure if they are still around. So they had like a Japanese toy gun, which then Magnavox just used and added the circuitry inside and changed it that it would work with the Magnavox Odyssey console. And this Japanese toy company, also distributed the Odyssey in Japan. So they made the translations of all the manuals and everything, and then acted like a distributor in Japan. But let's have a look at one of the games, because they are quite similar. Just the overlays are a little bit different on a CRT, and then I think we should be finished. So I have everything set up now. You can also maybe see that actually the picture is now flickering, and also you can see that there's a little bit of like static around the white square. So this time somehow the picture quality is not as good. But so basically this would be a 2-player game. Player 1 gets the rifle and needs to shoot the white square, and player 2 can actually control the white square behind the overlay. And as I already mentioned, you can see that this time the overlay is not so transparent. I mean, you can still see the white square behind the behind the overlay, but you actually can only shoot the target when it is in some kind of this window cutout or something like that. So and that's what we will do basically. We will now just test and fire for this target and see that everything is working as it should.
There's only room for one of us. Okay, I didn't hit. No. Yeah, this was a hit. No.
So that's basically it. So I mean, there's also like different games, like a more like carnival game or something like that, where player 2 would need to move the target constantly. But as I said, so it's a 2-player game. But I mean, nowadays, I think 72 it was probably like a good game, but yeah, even the later Pong games had similar functionalities, which probably worked a little bit better. So we will also have a look at this once this is finished. So this was basically everything which I could show about the Magnavox Odyssey, and in the next video we will have a look at the Intertone Video 2000.